Yeah, blackjack. Life is like a game of cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Yeah, blackjack. To play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. But right now, I got a very special guest, none other than the brother who's wrote many hits, one of the most infamous ghostwriters in hip hop. Like I said, platinum songwriter, platinum artist. You see the plaques on the wall right behind him. You know, I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself. Brother, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
What's up, everybody out there? This is Flexx, you know what I'm saying? Straight out the Gym City, Dayton, Ohio. Been in LA for about 30 years now, so LA is my adopted home, but honor and a pleasure to be on your platform. Young DELRAY, me and DELRAY go back probably 25 years now, Dale.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My man, my man. Hey, so Flexx, all of the work that you put in and some of the songs, I'm just gonna shout it out. Writing for Dr. Dre, California Love, Natural Born Killers, Keep Their Heads Ringing. You know what I mean? You pinned all of them joints. Your pen game is mean, and I just want to first start it off by telling you that. But yo, you from Dayton, Ohio. You call it the land of the funk. Musically, what was it like growing up for you? Some of your influences.
Well, I call it Land of the Funk because maybe 6 to 8 of the top funk bands in the world came out of Dayton, Ohio. So I just got to name them off. You got Heat Wave, you got Slave, you got Roger and Zapp, you got Lakeside that just did a free concert in Dayton. It was like 100,000 people there. You know what I mean? You got Ohio Players, of course. Sun. I could keep going, bro. But it's just all of those funk bands, that was the vibe of our city. That's why so many dope funk bands came out of there, man, because that was Dayton in the mid to late 70s was it, bro. I mean, you had 10, 15 GM plants. Everybody got jobs. You know what I mean? Everybody, and it's niggas and they got money, you know what I mean? And so that was the vibe of the music, like feel good, man. So I think that's where the sound came from, and so that's why I think I fit in on the West Coast so good because that's the music I came up on.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome, man. And like, so yo, you coming to California adopting you, you coming in. Explain to me, when you came to California, you came for what, like a vacation or something like that when you met Dr. Dre?
We was out here to shop our demo. We was actually out here to meet Dick Griffey.
Okay.
Our records back in the day. You remember them?
Yes, sir.
We were out here to meet him and bumped into Dre at the stoplight, man. And we had our tape ready. So that's why I don't know if Oprah or somebody said that, but it's luck mixed with preparation. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So we was lucky that he pulled up on us, but we was ready with our tape. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So if that's advice to people out there trying to get it, man. Like you got to be prepared because the luck is gonna strike you sooner or later. You just got to be ready when it hit. Don't be caught slipping without your demo or whatever you do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So when you ran up on Dre, I heard he was in what is a white Ferrari, Lamborghini, or something like that.
Sorry, bro. And
Ferrari.
It's funny. My buddy Gene, he was my manager at the time, and he was telling me, man, we gonna have to move out here. We ain't gonna be able to make nothing happen in 2 weeks. And so I didn't want to move out here because I knew how expensive it was. And I was like, man, we gonna either starve or have to sell dope, get back in the not trying to do that, So it was like I was trying to change the subject. I just looked around and saw a Ferrari, like, look at this Ferrari right here. He like, yeah, whatever, nigga, man. He pull up, it's Dre in the Ferrari, you know. So I tell that story all the time that I could never have animosity towards Dre because, you know, he didn't have to stop. He pulled over and took our tape, man. You know what I mean? So regardless of whatever business dealings happened or whatever issues I got with him, it'll never be animosity because he opened that door to me to get in the game. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, so the Super Bowl,
Yes, sir.
the Super Bowl, California Love, like, yo, I thought about you, right?
Yeah.
I talked to Stocks, right? And we was talking about that. You know, he was telling me some things, you know, some things you were trying to do and things like that. So, yo, how did you feel about that? You know, it being this many years later, yo, hearing that verse, man, that oh so famous verse that you penned for Dr. Dre. That is a legendary verse. The song is legendary, as you seen, you know, how people reacted when you know when he started to do it. Yo, how did you feel about that at that moment when you seen that, you know, at that particular time during the Super Bowl?
The real moment. You know what I mean? Because the thing about it is, it was surreal. It was like, and inside I was like, man, you did that. You know what I mean? Like, so it was like, man, you a part of that. That's gonna always be with you. So that was comforting, man. You know, but at the same time, it's like, not that I felt like I should be up there with them, but I felt like I should have benefited more from that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, if anybody else that's a part of a song that's played on the Super Bowl, they sitting pretty. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like they either there or they sitting pretty in their mansion watching that shit. Like, hey, that's our song. You know what I mean? Whereas I'm just kicking it on the couch and my shit come on. Like, and then my wife and everybody like, oh, you know, they going off. Everybody on Facebook going off, but it's not like it's not like the success that can't that should come with it. You know what I mean? But emotionally, it felt that way. Emotionally, I felt like I accomplished something. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it was definitely it's definitely a moment that I'll remember the rest of my life. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Absolutely. And so when you say that, right? So the question, and if you feel like elaborating on this, so you didn't get no money from that? No publishing, no nothing?
From the Super Bowl.
No, no, I'm saying from like California Love and the whole thing. Like,
So California Love was, I mean, I can't say I paid nothing
right,
because
right, right.
Trey gave me a little ghostwriting fee when I first wrote it.
Okay, okay.
It was a thing where we was working already. We was working on his album. So California Love was just another joint on his album. He had 3 verses on there. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just took them off, and when Pac put the star appeal on that motherfucker, and it was a wrap.
It was a
You
wrap.
know, so yeah, I got the acknowledgement, like, yeah, that Flexx did that, but as far as how many samples is in that song. So once it became a hit, here come everybody. You know what I mean? So Joe Cocker had to get his. Motherfucking West Coast Pop Lock had to get theirs. Roger and them had to get theirs. You know what I mean? It was like 4 samples in that joint. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And the samples definitely eat up a record, and you got to clear all of that. So,
everybody wanted all. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so after they all come in,
Right.
then it's my turn. You know what I mean? So it's like, did I get what I should have got? No. But the thing about it is I put that it put that it put my rep in the game. So I mean, it's other ghostwriters that wrote for Dre. I mean, some of the greats, motherfucking Jay-Z, the DLC, Snoop Dogg, RBX. You know what I mean? Q. You know
Right.
what I mean? But I feel like I wrote him his biggest hits because I feel like uh I'm the one. I feel like when Dre rap my rhymes, I feel like he sound like Dre. You know what I mean? Like, because when I used to rap, people be like, "Hey man, you sound like Dre." Nah, Dre sound like me. You feel me? But it's all good because y'all don't know who I am. Like
Right.
when you hear "Forgot About Dre," you know that Eminem wrote that. You know what I mean? When you hear still DR, you know Jay-Z wrote that. You can hear it. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? The ones Hitman wrote, you can hear the ones, you can hear they style in him. But nobody knew who I was. So when he came out rapping my shit, they like, ooh, this nigga fluent. You know what I mean? Because they haven't heard me. So they just like, oh, Dre on some shit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. That's the crazy part. Hey, so like I'm your boy DELRAY, straight
Yeah.
gang.
Peace.